Lori stirs things up as she asks Representative Rosa what his take is on the upcoming changes to health care. It's all happening right now on Live with Lori.
Thanks for staying with us. Today we're cooking a brand new dish with the brand new state representative, Representative Mike Rosa. Mike, I'm going to have you put this towel down while Excellent. I get this heated pan out. Excellent. And before I do that, I've got some fillets here that I've salted. And I'm going to put them in this blazing hot pan, so be really careful when you do this at home. See, I said be careful. I almost burnt myself. I've got these potatoes over here. I'm going to dump them in the container and let you mash them up.
Excellent. While
these steaks are cooking. And I'm going to ask you a real quick question.
Sure.
What are your expectations in Tallahassee? I mean, you're obviously really the new guy. Mm-hmm. What are your expectations versus what you think reality is really going to be?
Well, I'm realistic to the way things get done, and of course, being the new guy, the really new guy, I need to start to develop relationships, and that's kind of first and foremost is developing relationships with my fellow members, mm-hmm. On both sides of the aisle. And being able to then work together, so when important issues come up, we're there, we know each other, and we can cut right to business.
Do you think that realistically that your expectations are going to match reality? I mean, I'm asking you because sure. I hear a lot of guys who get elected and they go up there and they're like, well, I didn't know that the workload was going to be so
sure.
long. I didn't know I was going to be up 14 hours.
Sure.
I didn't know that I was going to miss my family so much.
Sure, sure. Well, I'm certainly there's things that I don't expect that will certainly settle in, but I'm gonna result and reach back to my business experience. Being a small business owner, I've worked long hours tirelessly, and I look to put the same effort forward into this.
Right.
And if it's working 10, 12, 14 hours a day, I'm ready and willing to do it. And the part with the family will probably be the hardest part, but it'll be something that both my family and I know that we're doing this for the betterment of our state and our community.
It's a big commitment.
Sure.
Because it's a big time commitment away
sure.
from your family as well as your business mm-hmm. and everything else. But since we're talking suppositions,
right?
If you had your committees haven't been assigned
right.
yet. If you had your pick, which committees would you want to be on?
Well,
and why?
Well, I would start with what's going to help my district the best, and 72% of my district is agricultural based or surrounded by the agricultural industry. So I would certainly like to be somehow, some way, either on an appropriation subcommittee for agriculture or the agricultural committee itself. I'd certainly, that's where I'd like to achieve for. And then, of course, with the business experience, anything economic development based, anything
right.
that can help small business or help the consumers, I'd like to be a part of, and I think that's where my expertise will ultimately be able to come through and shine.
Well, what I'm doing here is I'm searing these steaks and I'm putting them on this hot pan, and then I'm going to put them back in the oven at about 425 for just 5 minutes maybe, because we want to make sure that these are nice and rare. Longer if you like them more done. You're doing a good job.
All right,
you know how to mash potatoes,
I guess
huh?
so. I guess so.
All right, so while we've got that going, I've got this wine reduction. It's a little hot. Well, what other committees would you like to be on? I mean, if you had your pick.
Sure. Another hot topic is going to be healthcare. Of course, with what's happened here in the presidential election, what we do here in the state of Florida is going to be very important. It's something that maybe my age group is maybe doesn't have their eye on,
right.
but it's something that I think I can contribute to and look for 30, 40 years down the road when it really truly will be affecting me when we get close to our retirement age. So certainly healthcare would be something that I would certainly be interested in.
Before I put these in, how do you normally cook your steak?
Well,
how do you like
normally
it?
outside. I'm normally cooking on the grill, fighting the elements. But this is unique. I'm always open to new things. So this is a way we can come inside the house and cook something, and it looks good so far.
This is like a date night dinner. I just make more for the crew. Yeah, all the guys filming because they smell it and they want to taste it. So this is kind of that kind of dinner that you can cook and get a babysitter for your kids or get grandma and grandpa to watch them and have a nice date night.
We'll certainly try it soon.
stay with us because we're going to pop this steak in the oven for about 5 minutes, and when we come back, we're going to ask Representative Rosa our signature question. So don't miss it.
Don't go away. Lori asked State Representative Mike LaRosa her signature question when we come back on Live with Lori.